Good evening. Hello, everybody. My name's Graham Burns from the Department of the Study of Religions here at SOAS. My great pleasure to welcome you here this evening. I bumped into a yoga teacher friend of mine last week, and he said, "Oh, this lecture that's coming up at SOAS on Wednesday." I said, "Yeah, what about it?" He said, "Well, any lecture that actually plugs Einstein, the Buddha, and Patanjali within 3 lines of the abstract, it's going to be really interesting." So, no pressure to make the lecture particularly interesting. It is a great pleasure, of course, to welcome Dr. ALV Kumar to SOAS this evening. I don't want to dwell too long on introducing him for the simple reason that I know he has far more interesting and exciting things to talk to us about than I will talk to you about. But I do want to say that I think one of the most exciting things that's happening in the yoga world at the moment is the way that theory and practice are marrying together ever more and more, and how the study of yoga on a scientific level is enmeshing more and more with the practice of yoga. And of course, that is one of the areas where Dr. Kumar comes very much into his own as a renowned scientist as well as a very experienced yoga practitioner and teacher. Some of you will know that he began practicing yoga at the age of 11. He's been quite eclectic in the range of the yoga tradition that he's studied over the years, guided perhaps by the example and teaching of Swami Satyananda Saraswati to be open-minded, to explore, to consider the yoga tradition in all its wealth, all its depth, all its breadth. You may have read that he had a serious road accident in 1992, as a result of which there was some doubt as to how his physical body was going to function going forward, and that through his great knowledge and his application of the practice of yoga, he was able to effect a recovery way beyond anything that his doctors anticipated. That has led Kumar to spend a good amount of his time now focusing on the therapeutic aspects of yoga, something for which he's been recognized on several occasions for his public service by the authorities in India. I'm not going to say any more. I know he has a lot to share with us. I keep forgetting the precise title, Black Holes and Cellular Memories. It's one of those titles that it's a little bit of a tongue twister. I always want to say black memories or something, and it doesn't quite work. So black holes and cellular memories, Einstein, the Buddha, Patanjali, and other points west. Dr. Kumar, it's a great pleasure to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you, Graham. Very nice to see, irrespective of caste, creed, religion and region. Today, people learn Sanskrit and they learn yoga and they choose it as a full-time job, and they contribute so much to the field of yoga and the research in Oriental studies. That shows inquisitiveness of minds with the scientific temperament, and Vasudaika Kutumbam, whole world as a one family, when we have to understand. And then it is better to understand from where we are, what we are, how we are doing, what's the common connection among ourselves, how can we be all family members, and then what's our connection between us and our existence, and where are we, what are we, and nothing wrong in probing into this. Thank you for your nice introduction. Very good evening to each one of you. There are 3 things, 3 kinds of category of the people here. I see. Some of you, because you may be very good at quantum physics and maybe you are physicists and you would like to know. So that point of view, you are here, isn't it? And some of you may be yoga teachers and yoga scholars, meditation practitioners, and you want to know your way of looking at the things, connection between the quantum physics and yoga. And some of you may be purely philosophy, so maybe could be your domain, main domain, and you try to understand philosophies and you study spirituality at the level of philosophy, trying to understand the theory of our religion, our origin, each one of us. And some of you will be looking for evidence-based studies. Some of you are looking for theory-based studies. And some of you look for philosophical-based approach. And some of you look for experiential-based approach. In a nutshell, for you to look at today, you will be looking from these 3 points of view. They are Pratsyakshanuman Agham Pramanani. My approach will be these 3 today. First approach is experiential. I give a lot of importance to experience. Second approach I take up is a peer group reviewed research, what we normally call about, any scientist looks for that. And controlled group studies, this is what we look forward, to have anything. And logical based approach. But I have to tell you that everything cannot be experienced and experimented immediately. It took 50 long years for you to find a Higgs boson particle, since its theory is formulated. You agree with me? Yes. And the one who all the time asks for, I won't believe, Mr. Kumar, unless it is evidence-based. I won't believe. I only believe in a purely evidence-based teaching. The same person and goes out, and he gave a lecture on how people, entire world should follow on an evidence-based approach, because he is a scientist like me, purely a scientist like me. And after the lecture, because of the hormones and well attended like this, so he is very excited, and so his ghrelin hormone and adiponectin hormone released rigorously, and because of that, he went into a nearby restaurant just looking for a coffee. He went there and he had a coffee. He said, the coffee is very good, but it's not really good compared to Starbucks. He just compared it. Is there any measurement between a Starbucks coffee and the coffee he had? And he is very much evidence-based. He should have really studied what is Starbucks coffee is all about. Is it a dark roasted African coffee beans coming from which farms, which area? And other coffee beans, where they are coming from. What is the content of flavonoids? What is the content of vitamin H? What is the content of vitamin I? What is the content of percentage of, the fiber and other volatile organic components, etc. Based on that, if he would choose, instead of coffee, if he had chosen white tea instead of a ordinary coffee, then I would say, what he is saying is following in the life. But otherwise I would say, he says something and he does actually something else. You agree with me? So this is called a dual approach. This is called a dual approach. Actually, we all say something, but when it comes to doing, personally, when it comes to our mind, body, normally, it's very far away. That's why experience is very, very important. So now I start with the experiment. All my life is only experimentation and experience and experimentation. I hardly believed in the theory. Theory comes after experimentation. So you do any experiment, when you see apple falling down, and then if your observation is very keen, and if you think about it, a great theory can be evolved behind it, which can change the world as it is. I don't go into this basic logical approach, but you should not be disappointed with what all is required is absolute open-mindedness is required. So that's what, let us take that approach to you. Because if someone said 100 years back there was a bacteria and there was, this virus, no one would believe it. Because you have not seen it, I won't believe it. It doesn't work. What we are going to talk today, it will take how many years? And let's see. That also we'll discuss today. So first I start with experiment number 1. So sit comfortably in your chairs. Stay relaxed in your chair completely. Eyes closed. We are doing experiment number 1. Sit comfortably, sit comfortably. Sthira sukhasanam. If you sit balanced way, perfectly in a harmony, you feel very happy, you feel very comfortable. You feel very comfortable. Forget everything, leave everything, let go of everything. Relax your mind and body completely. Relax your legs completely. Relax your legs as if you go back. When you go back from here to your residence, and the way you sit in your couch, sit completely relaxed, your legs relaxed, your seat perfectly balanced, comfortably on the chair, your seat resting properly, not struggling at all, your arms resting on your thighs or on arms of your chair, totally relaxed. Relax your trunk, relax your trunk. Relax your neck, relax your neck. Relax your neck and relax your head. Relax your head. Gently, gently. Ensure entire body completely relaxed and stable in the chair. Now take your attention onto your crown on the top of the head. Examine entire crown area and relax part by part, entire crown. Relax entire crown. Area around your crown, the top of your crown, every tissue, every cell. Spread your attention all around your crown. Relax your entire scalp area, part by part, part by part. Relax your entire scalp area. Relax entire scalp area. Front side, right side on the scalp, back side, left side. Just relax entire scalp. Let go of everything and relax. Just observe and relax. Observe and relax. After relaxing your entire scalp, bring your attention onto your forehead. Relax your entire forehead. From your left temple to the right temple to the left temple. Relax your entire forehead. Just relax. No folds on your forehead. I see even some youngsters having folds on the forehead due to tension. No tension at all. Just relax your forehead completely. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your eyelids. Relax your eyes. Relax your eyes. You are just listening to my voice and relaxing. Just to relax. And gently take your attention onto your ear. Observe your ear, back side, front side, top to down. Relax your ear. Observe what is happening on the ear. Relax. And gently from your ears, go on to your nose. Examine your nose from top of the nose to the tip of the nose. Relax entire nose, right side and left side. Just relax your entire nose. Relax entire nose. And down the nose, your lips and area around your lips. Just relax. Relax your cheek. Relax your cheek top to down completely. Down the temple, conjoining your chin area. Relax entire cheek, your chin. Relax your jaw area. Relax your jaw. Just relax entire face. Relax entire face. Relax entire scalp. Relax entire scalp. Relax entire head and gently bring your attention onto your shoulders and your shoulder joint, your underarm, overarm, upper arm. Relax completely. Internally, externally. Relax your upper arm, your muscle, tissues, your cells. Relax your upper arm down to your elbow. Relax your elbow joint. Observe, relax. And down the elbow, down up to the wrist. Examine your lower arm and relax part by part. Down to the wrist. Relax your wrist joint. Relax your hand, your palm, your fingers, your fingertips. Relax, relax. Relax your entire arm, upper arm, lower arm, your hand, fingertips. Just relax. Having relaxed your arms, now take your attention onto the throat. Relax your entire throat, top to down, left side, right side. Relax your throat. Just relax, relax your throat. And down your throat, relax your entire upper chest area. Relax your entire upper chest area, left to right, right to left. Relax. And your chest area, left to right, right to left. Relax entire chest. All cells in the chest area be relaxed. And down your chest, your front portion of your rib cage, right side, left side. Relax your right side of the rib cage, left side of the rib cage. And down your rib cage, down to the rib cage. Your abdominal area, upper section of the abdomen, left side, right side, relax. See what is happening there. Maybe you had a lunch, now preparing for your supper. Is there any combustion, heat you observe over there? Left side the stomach, right side your liver, and downside in the midsection, your intestinal area. You don't have to visualize anything. Just relax, relax, relax. Observation and relax. Gently move down into the lower abdomen and relax your lower abdomen, lower abdominal parts, relax your lower abdominal parts. Entire front portion of the trunk, from your throat down to lower abdominal parts, your throat, your chest, your ribcage, abdomen, lower abdominal parts. From lower abdominal parts, take your attention onto your neck. Relax your entire neck, top to down, right side, left side. Relax your entire neck. Observe and relax. Down the neck, your collarbone and your shoulder line, upper spine, your upper back area, left to right, right to left. Relax, relax. Left shoulder blade to the right shoulder blade and the spine in between. Relax entire upper back area. Entire upper back area, relax. And down your upper back. Get down into the mid-back area. Your mid-spine and mid-back area, right side and left side. Relax your mid-back. Totally relax, relax. Let go of everything. Just observe, observe, observe. Gently move down into the lower back area, lower spine, and observe, scan and relax that area, relax. Your lower back above your waist, relax. Relax your entire waistline, right side and left side. Relax your entire waist. And down the waist, your seat, right side, left side. Left side of the seat, right side of the seat. To the bottom of the seat, relax entire seat area, entire seat area. Relax entire seat area. Now relax entire back portion of your trunk from top of the neck down to your tailbone area, bottom of the seat area, entire back, upper back, mid back, lower back, waist, your seat. Relax completely, relax completely. Relax completely your entire back portion of the trunk and gently move down further into your groin area, your thigh joint area, and relax your entire thigh joint. Relax your thighs, your thigh joint, your thighs. Relax your thighs and gently move down into your knee. Gently move down into your knee. Relaxing your entire thigh internally, externally, relax. Moving down into your knee, relax your entire knee joint. Relax your knee joint. And down the knee, your leg down the knee, relax your calf, your tibia, relax, relax, relax. Down to your ankle, down up to the ankle, relax entire leg, down the knee, down to the ankle. Your heel, your sole, your toes, your heel, ankle, heel, your foot top side, bottom side, your toes and tips of toes. Just relax entire foot. Relax entire leg, from thigh joint, your thigh, your knee, leg down the knee, your ankle, your foot, and your tips of toes. Having relaxed entire leg from tips of toes, take your attention onto the top of the head, onto the crown, where you started your journey. And on the crown, relax now, observe, and from the crown area, glance through entire body, from top of the head down to the tips of toes, and relax entire body. Just glance through entire body and relax completely. Excellent, excellent. You have done your experiment number 1. Keep your eyes closed, gently inhale and gently exhale. Gently inhale and gently exhale. Gently inhale and gently exhale. Now, join your palms to rub them together in the front. Join your palms together in the front. Rub them. Generate enough warmthness. And hug your palms to the closed eyes. Feel that warmthness to your closed eyes. And gently open your eyes into the closed palms. Open your eyes gently into closed palms. Nicely massaging your face, just gently open up. Just gently open up. What you have done is an observation. What you have done, by doing an observation, you have experienced experience. Now, don't you feel you are totally relaxed now? Do you feel relaxed or not? Yes. This is what called experience. Say, can you elicit this experience by drinking, by taking a Starbucks coffee? Can you elicit this experience having your favorite food? Can you elicit this experience by watching your favorite movie? Is it possible? What is the difference between that kind of experience and this kind of experience? That experience is called derived because of external observation and experience. This experience is because of internal observation. External observation keeps you excited and happy for a while. The moment the effect of the input is gone, your excitement is like a curve. It goes up and it drops down. An internal observation, just 15 minutes of your internal observation. 15 minutes your cafeteria experience. Just compare. Now I tell you, you generated enormous amount of pheromones. You generated enormous amount of dopamine. You generated enormous amount of serotonin. You feel very contented. You feel very happy. When you took a sip of coffee and you got excited, but now, in fact, there is no excitement, but now your mind is calm and quiet. Do you agree with me? Yes. The quantum mechanics or quantum physics is all about observation. Now let us look into evidence-based. Whether what I am saying is your internal observation has removed all the interferences. Just imagine, while coming to attend this workshop, you had on the way a traffic jam. We had experienced in the Angel station here. We had a traffic jam. And you had a traffic jam. And then there is a accident happen. Because of that, there is a traffic jam. And you are in front of your steering wheel. And in front of you a fleet of cars lined up. And you have to reach here in next 5 minutes. You are getting late and still you struck up. Your heart is pounding and you are sweating and you are very nervous. You are very nervous and you feel literally shaken up and your mood is gone completely, shattered completely. And you are hating. You are perhaps bumping on your steering wheel. At that moment, your neurons, if I image your neuron patterns, if I take an image, they are racing. They are racing at enormous speed, as if some disaster is happening at a phase, and total blood chemistry completely changed. Everything changed. And you blame the traffic, you blame the accident, you blame the government. And who now is at risk by doing this? With this reaction, what you generated, what happened? Your liver is struggling to process, metabolize all the stream of the chemicals you dumped in. Struggling. Your all nutrients like glutathione and your essential amino acids and essential fatty acids and B12, D3, your conjugation, sulfonation, reduction, reductase, all these reactions. It is able to cytochrome P450 enzymes generated a tremendous stream, but yet it is not in a position because the number of chemicals pumped in, more than 4 million chemicals, and it is difficult for your liver to detoxify and your intestines getting disturbed and intestinal lining is getting disturbed. And excess amount of released, very difficult for the body to store and metabolize, consumed all your oxygen, created oxidative stress, anxiety. Don't we experience this every day? We experience every day. This is happening because of enormous interference. Morning, 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, in the time you get until you sleep, or 24 hours a day, are you free from reaction? Are you free from these interferences that are happening within you? You look at me, your mind is racing behind you. Is Kumar getting into the topic? What Kumar is going to do? I'm looking forward to enter into the black hole and, isn't it? So much chemistry, I just wanted to watch this, what this evidence-based study says, then I will continue my talk.
And here we are, the granddaddy of all quantum weirdness, the infamous double slit experiment. To understand this experiment, we first need to see how particles, or little balls of matter, act. If we randomly shoot a small object, say a marble, at the screen, we see a pattern on the back wall where they went through the slit and hit. Now, if we add a second slit, we would expect to see a second band duplicated to the right. Now, let's look at waves. The waves hit the slit and radiate out, striking the back wall with the most intensity directly in line with the slit. The line of brightness on the back screen shows that intensity. This is similar to the line the marbles make. But when we add the second slit, something different happens. If the top of one wave meets the bottom of another wave, they cancel each other out. So now there is an interference pattern on the back wall. Places where the two tops meet are the highest intensity, the bright lines, and where they cancel, there is nothing. So, when we throw things, that is, matter, through two slits, we get this, two bands of hits. And with waves, we get an interference pattern of many bands. Good so far. Now, let's go quantum. An electron is a tiny, tiny bit of matter, like a tiny marble. Let's fire a stream through one slit. It behaves just like the marble, a single band. So, if we shoot these tiny bits through two slits, we should get, like the marbles, two bands. What? An interference pattern. We fired electrons, tiny bits of matter through. But we get a pattern like waves, not like little marbles. How? How could pieces of matter create an interference pattern like a wave? It doesn't make sense. But physicists are clever. They thought, maybe those little balls are bouncing off each other and creating that pattern. So, they decide to shoot electrons through one at a time. There is no way they could interfere with each other. But after an hour of this, the same interference pattern is seen to emerge. The conclusion is inescapable. The single electron leaves as a particle, becomes a wave of potentials, goes through both slits, and interferes with itself to hit the wall like a particle. But mathematically, it's even stranger. It goes through both slits, and it goes through neither. And it goes through just one, and it goes through just the other. All of these possibilities are in superposition with each other. Physicists were completely baffled by this. So they decided to peek and see which slit it actually goes through. They put a measuring device by one slit to see which one it went through and let it fly. But the quantum world is far more mysterious than they could have imagined. When they observed, the electron went back to behaving like a little marble. It produced a pattern of two bands. not an interference pattern of many. The very act of measuring or observing which slit it went through meant it only went through one, not both. The electron decided to act differently, as though it was aware it was being watched. It was here that physicists stepped forever into the strange netherworld of quantum events. What is matter? Marbles or waves? And waves of what? And what does an observer have to do with any of this? The observer collapsed the wave function simply by observing.
What did you say? Observer simply collapses the wave function. Observer simply collapses wave function. If you are not an observer, all your electrons and all your molecules driving you towards a restaurant, not at your will, they are driving you. The exams are approaching and you want to write, but the other side of the mind is pulling you towards the theater, towards favorite movie, and other side, so your mind is pulling towards reading a book or watching a soccer match or a cricket match, and you're struggling to resist your temptation to watch all these things. And when you watch your soccer match, what's happening to you when you watch a soccer match? Your favorite player hitting a goal, and you are out of chair, jumping in the air. You are out of chair, jumping in the air. And the opposite other country, who is not your favorite, and that player hits a soccer, a goal, and what's happening to you? You generate. Is it the way he plays the game? Yes. Isn't it? Yes. The problem is with the goal. Same goal. Yes, the problem is with the player. Yes, with the problem with your perception. Isn't it? Same player. Someone is so happy. And the same goal made all people in that country so happy. And the same goal, same player made in this country all people very unhappy. Whose problem it is? Is it the player problem, game problem? After all, why are you watching your soccer game? Why are you watching a cricket? Your body, mind, addicted for those interferences created by a stream of chemicals. It is looking all the time for a chemical experience. Chemical experience. When your nicotine comes down, you feel like, come on, now let me smoke. Oh life, why you watch? I won't be surprised to generate this chemical experience. Perhaps you are so dependent in your bedroom. I won't be surprised if you have a David Beckham or you have Angelina Jolie or a Brad Pitt or someone in your bedroom. I won't be surprised. Why? You are addicted. Addiction for what? The moment you see a lot of chemical stream generated, in the night before you sleep, you remember a nice chemistry happens, a romantic chemistry happens. To generate those chemicals, isn't it? You are ruled and you are ruined all the time. You are thinking you are a very smart fellow, and you fight with your friends. Actually, that my hero is great. Come on, your hero is not great. And that player is very good. And this player is very bad. Isn't it? So, your chemical experience, all this chemical experience, all this just dependent on your perception. You are listening to me. You are listening to me. What is your perception? Your conditioning of a chemical experiences over a period of time, your addictions over a period of time, your conditioning in over a period of time, and created your personality. Your personality created a conditioning in your mind. Patanjali says a word called Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. There are 4 chapters Buddha devoted for this shloka in his mind and matter analysis. Conscious memory is called Chitta. A stream of chemicals, 24 hours a day, you generate a flood of chemicals going towards what? Towards the entropy. Can we have control over this chemical experience? Where this chemical experience is beginning. As long as this chemical experience decides your happiness, you are bound to be unhappy. Because you are dependent on a coffee for your happiness. I am dependent on someone for my happiness. I am dependent on a small cigarette for my happiness. A $5,000 trillion a hardware, this human being. Now recently, 6 months back, American scientists concluded the value of the brain and this human body, if it is created today, out of using the stem cells and everything, it just costs $5,000 trillion, but minus life. So what is the cost of your biological machine, so-called mind and body? You read any philosophy, what it says, human birth is so invaluable, and it can, in three seconds advertisement, when you are watching a James Bond movie, and when hero and heroine hugging together, you generate enormous amount of estrogen and testosterone you generate, and when hero is hitting at a villain, and you generate enormous amount of a dopamine or other chemicals, and when villain is dominating the hero, and then you generate enormous amount of other stream of chemicals, and in a fraction of 3 seconds of an advertisement or 2 hours of your movie, what kinds of the interference, what kinds of the diversity of the chemicals you related, and what kinds of the feelings, your reaction of the unconscious mind or the subconscious mind to these reactions, these chemicals, is called an emotion, is called a feeling. Is a human, is driven by emotion and instincts and the feelings. Is he a human? Or is he like any other species existing on this planet? How human is different from others? A human is different from others. He is the most evolved. He can have control. I look at my pet dog in my house. I have 3 dogs, 2 stray dogs, and so my children love. And some dog, if it has some problem on the road, so they bring it home and they sleep with me and everything. They have full freedom. So, like I seek freedom, every species on this planet seeks freedom. No boundaries at all. And I am a vegetarian. My younger daughter likes sometimes, once in a while, chicken. We don't eat chicken. The total cost of our consumption in my house, the food cost, is much less compared to the food cost spent on my dogs. If I have to give, it is a species, you see. I can't compromise on the quality of a meat or a chicken. We have to be extremely cautious. Once you know the consciousness, you know how to respect it. A life of a dog, a life of a human, life of a mosquito is the same. There's no difference. Is there any difference? I look at when she holds a piece of meat in her hands, dog comes and she's eating, holding it. And 5 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, its saliva is dripping down from its mouth. Saliva is dripping down. Isn't it? Have you seen this phenomenon? And in a Starbucks, you are standing, in a 5th row, and that is smelling, coffee is smelling, and there is a rush, you are in a hurry. What's happening? Already your chemistry changed, just at the smell. And is it something happening in you or not? Something happening. Are we like a dog? Influenced by a smell? Yes, we are like a dog. We are called a canon in socio-canonists family, it's called. We have come from a family of a social beings called canonists. There's no doubt. 14.5 million years we have been evolving to be a human, and still we have all those cells within us and which drive us crazy like an animal. And those cells of so-called human and human brain, so-called developed cortex functioning, all this when you look at it, so-called human brain is only 4.5 million year old. It's very young. Though you know you have a conflict between to be a good human, but you can't be a good human. Because all those cells of subconscious mind all the time overpowers you, makes you crazy and makes you very unhappy. Do you want to get angry anytime? Do you want to envy anyone? Anyone sitting here? No one wants. Then why it happens? Why it happens? Lack of observation. It happens because you are thinking, actually, the problem is the object. Now, Kumar is talking to you, and some of you are very happy, some of you are very unhappy. Kumar is the same, isn't it? And some of you are happy because the way you look at it. And at the end of the session, you will say, and today Kumar spoiled my session, my time in the evening. Someone blamed Kumar, someone and praised Kumar. Whose problem it is? Is it a Kumar problem? Yes, as long as you depend on Kumar for your happiness, Kumar will decide your happiness. Understand? Is that clear? Who is deciding your happiness? It is Kumar. Actually, whose problem it is? Is it Kumar problem or your problem? Atha yoganushāsanam. No one has to change for your happiness. As long as I think Kumar has to change the way he talks, as long as I think my wife should mend her behavior, as long as I think my wife should change, as long as I think, little bit if my children can change a little bit, if I think, as long as I think my boss can change, government can change, are you going to be happy? As long as you're dependent on this, as long as you think like that, you're bound to be unhappy. That's why Patanjali said, that's why what it says, no one has to change for your happiness, my dear. You have to change. No one else has to change. You have to change. That's all. Is it correct? If I change my perception, that's it. I am very happy. 24 hours a day you can be happy. Otherwise, 24 hours a day, something or the other deciding your happiness. So, Atha yoganushāsanam. Here, your journey begins here and now. The way to train to be observer. All these philosophies you read in India, they are called a darshana. They are called a word called darshana. Just remember, all philosophies, Indian philosophy, 10 darshana they are called. I'm just putting you that. What are darshana? Bauddha darshana, Jhana darshana, Sankhya darshana. We call, so we call yoga darshana, the Patanjali, and we call, so Vaisheshika darshana, Nyaya darshana. So some of you don't get vexed up with the terminology because it is basically a SOAS and such a noble institute here. And I have to little bit, talk about, for what this institute meant for, isn't it? So, this darshana, what is called a darshana? Darshana means only 3 things all these philosophies talks, my dear. You are observer. Number 2 is called observation. Observation. And the world of observation is called subconscious mind. The world of subconscious mind. And then the one who observed already. Nothing to observe. Entire subconscious mind is already observed. Nothing left out. Everything, entropy is removed. Your observation is complete. These are only the 4 things. Now what the slide I have shown you is all about observer. He is telling you about observation. You have done 15 minutes observation. All interferences, all wave patterns, all your wave function and interferences are nullified. Have you understood this experiment? Have you understood? An electron, when you send those balls through two slits, tennis balls, it will form on a wall two lines through two slits. When you send water through the two slits and you pass a light, you will see all bands because of waves it creates. You see in the sea, right? In the lake, they create. And those waves interfere each other, and that light is called interference. Because of that, you will see multiple bands because of waves. And what they have done is, so they choose electrons. Electrons are tiniest. And when they have sent these electrons through those two slits on the wall, what they have found? They have found multiple lines. Actually, electrons are particles, but they behaved like a wave. Surprising. And also they observed, when they wanted to know electrons, how they are going, they are supposed to form actually two lines. Unlike their expectation, not matching their expectation, it formed multiple bands. And when they saw an electron is choosing itself to enter into a particular slit and to go in its own direction, what is it making electron to choose? It is deciding itself whether to go through this, whether to go through this. And surprisingly, and they wanted to examine this thoroughly, and they have kept a camera. When they kept a camera, when they started observing this electron movement, and electrons started behaving properly. Electrons went through those two slits straight away, just like tennis balls, and formed only two lines. The moment you remove the camera, and again, multiple bands. The moment you keep a camera, it formed only two bands. Understood? Means, when interference is removed means, is it that electron is behaving like what? A tennis ball? An electron behaving like a tennis ball? Means, a quantum mechanics or classical physics, when interference is completely removed, when entropy is completely removed, and it follows, just a principle of, it becomes, just a classical physics. Both of them become the same union only when the entropy is zero. Simple. This you work upon. This is for your brilliant minds to do a research. Practically, it shows. So, when you have observed what you have done, a darshana, just a darshana, observation. Otherwise, observer is going all the time outside. Are we going outside or inside? Now we do a second experiment. Because all physics, when we are talking about the universe, black holes and memories, what is a black hole? Now I spoke to you about a cellular memory, right? So observer is moving always outside now. Always moving outside. Outside objects it is moving. Never moving inside. Moving inside towards what? Moving towards observing yourself. As long as you move outside, Patanjali says you are bound to become unhappy. The only you can be happy by moving inside. You have to change the orientation of the mind. He said, practice to unlearn, practice to detach. You are going towards entropy. Your entropy is increasing day by day. The world, universe entropy is increasing day by day. Entropy means prakriti. In philosophy we call prakriti. Prakriti is a consciousness. Entropy is a consciousness. If there is no entropy, it cannot exist anything in this universe. Understood? Everything that is existing, and everything that is existing because of a consciousness in it. Not because of supramundane consciousness, etc. Because of consciousness. The day that is entropy becomes zero, it is out of loop. This is what first and foremost philosophy, Indian philosophy, Sankhya talks about. As a yoga, and as a yoga teacher, you should never do a mistake of, no, this philosophy is condemned because of this new philosophy. Because of this new philosophy, that philosophy is ruled out because of this. My dear, that is how a philosopher looks at it. A yogi looks at it in a different way. A yogi looks at Vaisheshika as a Higgs boson, science of Higgs boson particles. A yogi looks at the quantum mechanics as a Sankhya philosophy. And a yogi looks at yoga darshana, very meaning itself is an observation. A yogi finds all religions, all philosophies merging in a single place. He doesn't differentiate. He cannot differentiate at all. The one who differentiates is very unhappy. He becomes a Hindu philosopher, he becomes a Buddhist philosopher, he falls in love with a Islam philosophy. He is not able to understand because lack of experience. Because of lack of experience. How to put all this together, you will understand within no time. That's why I'm bringing science into the picture. So, observation. All the time you are moving from an observation, you are moving outside. And we have to make this inside. What should be our observation? And Patanjali said, Yoga chittavritti nirodha. Observe the reality of your subconscious mind, where your nature is there. What has to be changed in you? Which mind has to be changed in you? All of us, we have a conscious mind. All of us, we want to be a good people. But then where our nature is there? Where is the problem? The problem is with our nature. Where is our nature? Where is our subconscious? Where is our personality? It is all in our subconscious mind. Where is subconscious mind? Where is your subconscious mind? It is in your cells, your RNA DNA level. At RNA DNA level. Everything is getting recorded there. Is there anything removed? 20 years after you see someone on the London road and you see a friend, you will create same emotion, same all 5-dimensional emotions, touch, and you will have the same chemistry, same smell, and same chemicals are generated 20 years after. You never thought about this fellow 20 years before. After 20 years, you just see him and entire chemistry. After all this video and all, it records only 2 dimensions, your audio and picture and only sound. But your cameras, your systems of your capturing devices are very, very powerful. All your 6 capturing devices, such a powerful, everything is captured, everything is codified and going at the RNA, DNA level. A vaccination given to you during the childhood, and it protects you for our lifetime. What happened? A virus made weak or killed, just its structure is sufficient for your RNA, DNA. It is injected into you and your cell, as your DNA, has taken a photograph of it and forever, that's it. That's enough for DNA. In your 50 years or 100 years of life, any of such a pathogen enters and your DNA produces an antigen or a replica of it and it captures it, so you are safe. That's called a vaccination. I'm telling you a typical example of your memory. Another example of the memory is called Wormhole Experiment. So what they have done is, wormholes, so the worms, you call my pronunciation, so don't get confused. So these worms, in 1956 this experiment was carried. They trained these worms to go towards a maze. And after training them, that's called conditioning. All of us, we are conditioned. Worms are conditioned to go towards the maze. They killed all these worms and they took 2 groups of worms and one group they fed worms. These trained worms, dead worms, they killed to the one group of worms. Other group, controlled group. As I said, today talk is controlled group. And they found the worms which were fed, They trained and killed worms and they went straight to the maze. And those worms, and which were not trained and fed, they could not locate the maze. They had a lot of difficulties. Every input of you, leaving a cellular memory. Your personality is nothing but a cellular memory. Whatever you are doing in your life, everything is captured and stored. It can be retrieved. Personality is all in your cells. You agree with me? The latest research. You see, another wormhole experiment, but this is about flatworms. So they took flatworms, they belong to a class of planarians, and what they did is, and they have cut 91% of their bodies, and only 9% of the body remained, and they fed it. They fed in a petri dish, and they fed in a rough environment. And those which were on a rough weather, which were grown, and they have completely grown back very quickly. Completely grown back to their brains. They have grown their brains. They have cut off their brains. Only 9% of the body is remaining, just like your liver. So your liver is, even half of the liver is gone, so it can grow back. And how it has grown its brain back? Because their speciality is all stem cells it contains. And the last before year research shows that any cell can be converted into a stem cell. Any of your cell can be converted into a stem cell. It only costs $5,000 trillion. If I take one of your cell, I can create your entire personality. That's called cloning. You agree with me? That's why Patanjali said, your nature, your personality, your disorder is where it is. Your disorder is at the cellular level. The only way you can work is at the cellular level. These are called sciences of working at the subconscious level, at the cellular level, by means of observation. Inside, know thyself. Journey inside or inside. Trayamekatra samyamam tadapi purvebhya bahirangam. Many people think, actually, Patanjali Yoga Sutras means only 8 steps. All those 8 steps are preparation for another 7 next steps. Tasya saptada pranta bhumi. Patanjali has given 15 steps. 8 plus 7 bhumikas. All the 8 are preparation for actually developing those 7. And what he is saying is, the journey inside only makes your journey complete to change your personality. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. The day your personality is dramatically changed, you are completely happy. Tadha drashtu swarupa swarupevasthanam means the day you have become observed completely, you have observed, you have removed your entropy, your disorder, you have mastered your subconscious mind, you are no more functioning like an animal. No more function. Otherwise, I love myself so much egocentric. We love our ego so much. I love my view. Sanya vairagya. Very difficult. You love your philosophy, you love your book. Anyone doesn't like your philosophy, your views, you don't like that person. You run away from that person. Whom we love in the world, we love ourselves. We don't love anyone else, my dear. But that is a quality of an animal, my dear. That is not the quality of a human at all. As a human, we are supposed to be having a human qualities, no inhuman qualities, no anger, no such a narrowed views at all. Are we functioning as a human? Are we functioning as an animal? Because whenever we function like an inhuman, and we become unhappy. If we function as a human, and then you are called a human. You enjoy your life, every moment you enjoy, if you function as a human. If you function as a inhuman, you are miserable every moment. for your unhappiness, the cause is your inhuman qualities. Negative cellular memories called a negative qualities. A positive cellular memories are called positive qualities. You say good person, you say a bad person. A good person is called the one who has more positive emotion charge. You call him as an excellent person. The one who has enormous amount of negative emotion charge, whose negative cellular memories are very high. You may be a billionaire, you may be a brilliant scholar, but if you are a brutal in nature, no one loves you. You agree with me? Do you care anyone? Suppose Kumar has a 3 postgraduate degrees and 1 PhD he has, and he has enormous knowledge in him. But he's so arrogant and so ego-centered, he doesn't help anyone and he hates everyone. Do you like Mr. Kumar? Suppose Kumar doesn't have any degree, but he comes to you and when you are in need, he helps you and he shows enormous love, enormous compassion, and he treats all of you like his own family members. Do you like him? Isn't it? Everyone loves good human. So how to work? How to remove this entropy? How to remove these memories? Just one session of 15 minutes. You have removed all the wave interferences and you have become an observer and you experienced so much of happiness and harmony. Why are we not doing that? Why are we not able to do that? Why are we not able to do that? Let us do second experiment. Keep your eyes closed. Stay relaxed, eyes closed, eyes closed. Stay relaxed, eyes closed. Focus your attention at the entrance of the nostril, Your entire attention below the nose. Just observe. Breath coming in, breath going out. Each one of us, without breath, we can't survive. There is a breath coming in, there is a breath going out at the entrance of the nostril. Observe your entire inhalation. Observe your entire exhalation. Shwas prashwas yorghati vicheda pranayama tasmin sate awareness of present reality. Observer, entropy becomes zero, reaches to singularity only when observer observes present reality. What you are observing is a present reality. That's what Buddha says, that's what Patanjali says. Satova sasi, satova pasasi. Awareness of inhalation, awareness of exhalation. Just observe entire inhalation, observe entire exhalation. Every inhalation you are observing, you are training your mind to be in the present, and you are observing the reality. You are not hallucinating, you are not visualizing anything. That is the reality which you have, which you are experiencing. And to stop those interferences and the reactions, there is no liking, there is no disliking for your breath. You have no conditioning for your breath. To change the habit pattern of the mind, and which always goes into the past or the future, the best way is to train the mind to be in the present, staying neutral or objective. Observation of reality of your subconscious mind. As you observe, your breath calming down, calming down, calming down. Your inhalation calming down, your exhalation calming down, calming down. As your mind calms down, your breath calms down. As your breath calms down, your mind calms down. There's a close link between your subconscious and your breath, natural breath, natural breath. Whenever you are angry, your breath is hot. Whenever you are agitated, your breath is restless. When your mind is calm and quiet, your breath is calm and quiet. By calming down the breath, you can easily calm down your subconscious mind. And those many moments, no more cellular memories you are adding. Automatically the existing cellular memories come out because of your observation, no interferences. Just observe every inhalation coming in, every exhalation going out. Observe how your breath is changing moment to moment. Just observe your inhalation, observe entire exhalation. Is it a long breath becoming a short breath, short breath? Bahya abhyantara stambha vritti. Every oscillation, every thought, every emotion in the mind, and is reflected, it disturbs your breath. By calming down, by learning a skill, observing the breath, by calming down the breath, you can completely calm down the mind. You can bring perfect harmony between your mind, conscious mind, subconscious mind. So far, subconscious mind is overpowering us, and you are observing the reality of your subconscious mind. Your natural breath is the reality of your subconscious mind. Automatically, and interferences are removed, entropy is removed. Just observe, observe, observe. Warm up your palms. Gently inhale, gently exhale, gently inhale, gently exhale. And warm up your palms, hug them to your eyes. And feel that warmthness, and open your eyes inside closed palms and nicely massaging your face. Open up. Well done. This is the second experiment we have done. You have watched your breaths for 5 minutes. 5 minutes means 16 breaths an average per minute. 5 minutes. 5 minutes means 80 breaths. Out of 80 breaths, if you have watched 80 breaths, then your mind is in perfect harmony. So that is called this. Watch this.
It's on simple harmonic motion. Imagine we take an object that's in equilibrium and we push on it. But it doesn't just move away. There's a restoring force that returns it towards equilibrium and another returning force that returns it towards equilibrium. And so what we get is this simple harmonic motion.
Yoga, when you say, is called a harmony. When your mind is in harmony, it conserves all the energy. And there's a perfect. Your behavior is predictable. You are called an excellent human. If your conscious mind to the subconscious relationship in a harmony. And when there is no harmony, dukkha samyoga viyogam yogasya, you are tearing apart between your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. Then what happens to is, the next phenomena happens. The next phenomena is called a harmonic motion. Your life will be smooth, and so everyone you love and everyone loves you, like a Jesus Christ, like a prophet, like a Buddha, like a Rama. Excellent human, excellent human. You can be sure, you can be assured he won't react. He won't react at all. Absolutely no interference. Everything is removed. Other experiment we see. The next one, you just say this. How your mind is going. If you watched only, say, 50 breaths or 10 breaths or 20 breaths, you just observe it. It has to be. It's from Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And it is online, so that's why it takes time to load. Just watch it.
All right, so we're going to look at the double pendulum and how it exhibits chaotic behavior.
Can you predict its behavior? Can you predict an errant person's behavior? You can't. Isn't that happening to you? You see? Just look at another one. This is called disharmony. Disharmony. And if you can just work with the mind, observing, 10 breaths you could watch. Remaining breaths, where your mind? Where your mind? Your mind went away somewhere, drifted away somewhere. Why? Because it is going somewhere it wants. It doesn't want to be in the present. No harmony at all between the subconscious. Now, look at this. You like it? This is a flying. If your mind is in harmony, you'll be flying every day like that. Your life becomes so beautiful. You look at how meticulously, it is going, it is unwinding, it is winding, It's called a flying pendulum. It's called a flying pendulum. And if you synchronize your ability, your performance of the mind, brilliant. Have you seen a movie called Lucy? Yeah. You should see that movie. And that's the way of developing mastery over your mind. Your creativity, everything automatically envelops. Say, all your cells in your body, all your molecules in your body, and reach a level of their entropy is coming down. And what happens? What happens? You just look at what happens. It's called a simple pendulum, multiple simple pendulum experiment. Just watch it. Can you see it? Is it like a sweet song? It's like a nice dance. The absolute patterns. Your life becomes like that. And when you reach a harmonic motion, you will be dancing with your wife like this. Just look at what a perfect is. You are seeing is a dance, perfect harmony. Your relationships with everyone goes so beautiful. And one pendulum influences the other pendulum. And one pendulum follows the other pendulum to conserve the energy. Like cranes, you must have seen those swans flying the air. They fly one after the one behind the other in a particular pattern to conserve their energy. So all your energies will not be wasted at all. You become an excellent human. You get on very well with everyone around you. Everyone will do the jobs for you. You don't have to do any job. That's what this experiment shows, you see. I'm just interpreting it. And now we go into the actual. So I show you. This is how every atom has a 99.99% of the space, yet we perceive it as a solid. And we get attached to that feeling of a solidity. Internal cosmos, external cosmos, it is the same idea. This is about within the atom, the space he is talking about. No, same. 99.99% of reality we don't pay attention. We pay only 0.001% reality. That's called avijja. That's called ignorance. Shall I give you an example? This is called a Vedanta example. I bring a leather bean bag. A big leather bean bag here. I keep it in front of you here. And then I put some excreta into that. I put some urine into that. I fill it with some pus, this with the bones. So, I fill it with, water and everything. I filled it in front of you. And I keep that bag here and in front of you, I hug it. I say, oh my God, it is such a pleasant thing it is. And I feel so nice about it. What do you say? Mr. Kumar, I thought you were a scientist and, I thought you were a good yogi. But I never thought you were a mad. You will walk away from here. Isn't it? And I don't stop there. I put a diamond necklace, costing, perhaps $1 million. And I put a nice Rolex watch. And I bring 5,000 pounds perfume. I spray it. No, I can't leave it. It is very valuable. I love it. And I say its bottom is very good. Its top is very good. This leather pouch, the filth inside. And all of our life, 24 hours a day. Just that 0.001% top layer of epidermis. To maintain that epidermis layer, whole life is going. Which comb, which soap, which perfume, which food, just for the top epidermis layer. If I scrape a top epidermis layer, all of us, we look the same. Horrible red. Anyone enters horror movie, it is like, you can't even see. But we say so beautiful. And we fall in love just with external appearances. Haven't you seen? 99% of the 99% of reality we ignore the thought itself. This is called Shuchi, which is impure with impure. Come, let's go into this. This is how today universe is created. I am coming to the topic about spirituality a little bit, but we suffer always with the time, So 13.7 billion years, and what you see here are multiple galaxies and Milky Ways. And what created this Big Bang? No one knows. No one knows. But we assume we are here. In fact, it is such a gravity pull. It is created. The universe is supposed to contract, but it is still accelerating. And 1920, whatever the universe today we are talking about is just a Hubble telescope, contribution. That's all. Had Hubble telescope not sent, and we would be thinking, so there is no universe, or what is the universe would be contracting, we would be thinking. But universe is expanding. What is it making? Expanding against its gravity pull. That's called a dark energy. When you slept, where were you? When you dreamt, where were you? Are you not existing? When did you enter into your sleep? You remember? When did you come out of your sleep? Do you remember? When you are entering into the sleep, do you remember? When you are coming out of the sleep, do you remember? This is called a wormhole journey. It's called one state of consciousness entering into another field of consciousness. Simple. You send Hubble telescope, and still Hubble telescope, even in next 1,000 years if it is traveling, it cannot. You send any satellite, by means of sending an instrument into the space, you can never know the length of the space. And your mind is a brilliant brain you have. You know what is the capacity of it? And it is handling as 130 trillion industry. It can alter it. It can produce one chemical stream to the another chemical stream in a one fraction of a second. It can change altogether 4 million chemicals it can produce. It can change all types of the 4 million chemicals, and it runs fully automated, and it can grasp. It did not take even for 1 minute for your all minds to train to my accent. And all of us, we are communicating effectively. You bring any company, any software, it cannot do this job. And have you ever noticed what a brilliant software you have? And a human is the best of this species. If you can make use of this, just for observation, your entropy can become 0. And then you can attain what it has to be attained. And even American president, the stress factor is 179. The world most stressed job is American president. Then what for? The position and the money, what for? If you are not happy at the end of the day, and this is a job, and this infinite number of universes, and they are at your disposal. And to achieve it, you only have to remove your entropy. A top chief executive is not supposed to have any prejudices, supposed to have any kind of animal qualities, isn't it? The job will be given to you. A prophet is such a person, a chief executive, and he has gone beyond. Everyone is his family member. Yeah, I come into this. There are multiple universes. Shall we say there are not? There are not. Religion says, Quran says there are 7 planes of consciousness. Bible says 7 planes of consciousness. Hindu religion says 7 planes of consciousness. They believe in angels, and Christianity believes in angels. Hinduism believes in angels. What is angels? They are from advanced civilization 1, advanced civilization 2, advanced civilization 3, advanced civilization 4. We are talking about universes. Are you sure? Are there only one universe? Do you think it is there? Spirituality doesn't say. It has done further a research into that. Only mind can. And one world system when we are talking, it talks about. And the journey from one universe to the other universe and one galaxy to the other galaxy is called a wormhole journey. Next. This everything is a cycle. As long anything in the form of energy, it is bound to take one form to the other form. Neither you can create it nor you can destroy it. Only until you attain a eternality into it. Next. A single micro state when all your cells reaches to equilibrium. That's called Sarvanghanam Samatvam Vidya. With the wisdom, when you establish, when you can remove all negative cellular memories, when you have only positive cellular memories left out in you, and then, so you reach to this state, and then you enter into you cross the journey inside itself is the event horizon. And once you reach to the live into the present, anywhere you enter into this, and the black hole reaches you, takes you to a called singularity. Allah, Tawheed, Holy Spirit. You call Parabrahma, you call Paramatma, the names are different, my dear. Never differentiate. When you become an excellent human, you check whether Jesus is an excellent human or not. You check whether the prophet is an excellent human or not. Whether Buddha is an excellent human or not. Whether Rama is an excellent human or not. Their qualities are exemplary. If we have those qualities and you enjoy the same life, for them everyone say, I'm not missing my family. I'm not missing my family. Why? I love all of you. The same like my children, my brothers, my sisters. If I enjoy only my family, just someone asked me when I was entering, "Hey, Mr. Kumar, you must be missing your family." I said, not so. I'm not missing. If I can love all of you, I can love all the religions, all the regions, everyone. If I fall in union, in harmony with each one of you, then my happiness is more. Or going back my home, if I find I become happy only with my wife, with only my children, which happiness is more? Tell me. Next. This is called a black hole. And a black hole, so a journey between the universes is called a wormhole. When entropy becomes zero, an enormous mass, and that enormous mass, it can even suck. It creates such a thing, and entropy, anything falls into that, it loses the entropy. What happens to that? Anything attains, entropy becomes zero. A prakriti becomes a zero. Let us do a scientific, a small thing I will tell you. You take ordinary coffee in a cup, you stir it, what happens? Within no time, the stirring, again coffee becomes cold and it becomes to halt within 1 minute, 2 minutes, or still it will be stirring. No, the moment you stir it and leave it, comes. Because of dark energy, dark matter, and because of even that much momentum, that much time it is moving, it is because of dark energy. And it has come to halt because of gravity. Understand? Suppose I take a fluid called a helium. These are called superfluids. So where you cool down, you convert them into a liquid. Completely liquid. Now in that cup, I fill liquid helium in that. And now I stir it. That superfluid liquid, I stir it. What happens? Can you imagine? You come after billion years, it will be moving at the same velocity. Same way it is moving. Why? It attained the singularity. It attained that entropy state, zero. It has become eternal. It has attained Allah. It has attained Holy Spirit. It attained self-actualization. So all those atoms have attained self-actualization. They are no more dependent. Billions of years, eternality. Your happiness becomes eternal. You are called immortal. You are said to be attained Allah. You are said to be attained Holy Spirit. And the day your entropy becomes zero. The next slide. This is how, if you are a meditator, you will see that at the time when all your cellular memories comes to singularity state, and that's called Pragvat Jyoti. There are many signs as you do meditation. That's why I said this science is purely experiential. This is called the 5 great symptoms one will see. What one will see is a black hole phenomenon. One sees enormous light before one enters into called a self-actualization, self-realization experience. That's called enlightenment. Your heart is the center of your all activities. The day all your cellular memory is gone, your heart opens up. Your tunnel opens up. And then you see before your heart opens or your soul whether you believe in soul or not, when your all cells reaches to equilibrium and you will see this light, that's all. Afterwards, you will not remember where you are. Like you can't remember in sleep where you are. But after you come out, you feel totally, the world in which you are living is a very small. That's called an enlightenment. That's called an experience of Tawheed. That's called an experience of, it happens to only the fellow who has done a jihad. The one who conquered himself. Not conquering other person is called a jihad. And the one who has become Jinn, the one who has won himself. The day you achieve this job, knowing thyself, and job is done. I will show you the next. So this is a formula of the entropy. S is called entropy and K is a Boltzmann constant and log omega. Omega means that omega is a single micro state. So when you reach that state, so this is what happens. That omega you see. This is what I have shown. S becomes 0. When all your perfect harmony, ekatvam, when there is a uniformity in you, when you achieve that chemistry in your control, and when your entropy of all the cells reaches to a single state, when omega becomes 1, log 1 is nothing but a 0. Then entropy becomes 0, you are called immortal. Buddha is an immortal, and Jesus is an immortal. Prophet is an immortal. Patanjali is an immortal. And all of us, we can achieve that state, and your life perfectly you will enjoy. I have not left my family. I love. Every day I see this world as the first time I am seeing this world. Each one of you I see, not from my past, I see as if today I am meeting you, a noble soul. Whenever I read a book and whenever I read some theory, all my past conditioning not obstructing me. I absolutely look at is brilliant. And this life in front of me is such enthralling and enjoying. Every moment so, and anything going dead wrong, and it's such a challenge for me. And I smile more on my problems than on my achievements. And that's called a 0 entropy state. Next. This is how we move from, we end up in one whole and one universe, other universe. Ours is a 14.7 billion years, but the shortest way to shift from one consciousness to another consciousness is only called wormhole. Whether you want to make a wormhole journey is called a samadhi or a jhanic experience. Just like ordinary person can enter into a dream. And Buddha gives one story, So this is a husband and wife and in the garden, so they are playing. And she went for 5 minutes and she lay down. And when she lay down, she had a dream. And she had a dream in the 9th advanced civilization. She had a dream. And she had a dream she was born as a human. And she had a good children and married life. And then she died. And she told her husband, I had a nice dream for 5 minutes, my dear husband. And he said, it's a trash. But actually she is born here and she lived here 120 years. And she really had children. So when you say you had a dream for half an hour, you already entered somewhere. And when you had a dream for a good dream or a bad dream, because half an hour is a huge lifespan. Your bacteria inside your intestine and sitting there whose lifespan is only half an hour, and it had a nice romance, it has a nice birthday celebration, and it has a good naming ceremony, a good baptism, and it had a nice boyfriend or a girlfriend, and it has enjoyed, it has got a Nobel Prize, and then it got highly successful career, your bacteria, and it died after half an hour. Do you say bacteria life is not valid because its lifespan is half an hour? Every moment, everything is happening perfectly. It is not a wormhole phenomena, you will see something else. If I say wormhole, Buddha gives 250th trillionth of a second, all that mind requires to shift from one level of consciousness to other level. I am talking about, these are called super states of consciousness. You moving from one level to the other level. Next. You see this. This is what called Islam believes in heaven, and Quran believes in heaven, Bible believes in heaven, and human believes in Hinduism believes in heaven. What is a heaven, my dear? Just let us have a positive mind, open mind. And every religion will tell not to do unwholesome things, you will go to the hell. So anyway, that will let us not believe it. You look at 5.76 million human years is a advanced civilization number 8, 9, and you look at 10, you look at 10, 11, and you look at 12, and these are the universes. One Mahakalpa means 4.3 trillion years. 8 into 4 into 4.3. Our universe is only 13.7 billion years. Means these are the beings communicate from far away, advanced civilization, far away. They are much more advanced. They know the technologies, and to go from one universe to the other universe. You are thinking you are very smart. An ant thinks it is too smart. It thinks it has a fantastic GPS, and the ants meeting together, and they said, there's no so-called human. We have sent all our satellites and they've traced no so-called a human being, so a human. Human is it, that's why human is a trash. Have you ever seen any human? What all ant can see is your toe, a tip of a toe. And it has a GPS ability. Before it dying, it tells other ants not to come. and it thinks it's more sophisticated, is a perfect discipline, perfect social order than any other species. So when we say, I'm sending satellite, are you sure? In 100 years, do you think you had reached a technology of which is 4.3 trillion years old universe technology? Can we imagine it? That's why it does not rule out the possibility. Don't just trash the philosophy. This school has a purpose. This college SOAS has a purpose. But we don't stop there. The job is, your personality changes, you are happy. But you have to convert this philosophy into experience. If there is no experience, it has no meaning. The maximum, these are called, these 7 planes converted into 31 planes of these are only called samadhi. You see, many of you go for a meditation for an experience. Say my heart, when I went to Korea in 2005, I gave a demonstration for stopping the heart for 1 hour. That's called a third super state of consciousness. Your heart stops at the 4th level completely. It is an experiment. I am telling you, at experiential level, you can achieve anything. It's not possible at all. Those transpersonal psychologists couldn't believe it. They are the 14 world famous doctors there. The thing is, so what is this? This is called one world system, where lifespan is 84,000, 84 into and 4 into just 3. Our journey is not from moving from one area to the other area. What spirituality says is, samadhi is not the criteria at all, my dear. Mastering the mind is not the problem. But minimizing your entropy is a main thing. That's why Patanjali first 8 sutras, 8 steps are only preparation. Ashtanga Magga, 8 steps of Buddha is a preparation for only next level of purification of your cellular memories. So, where these advanced civilizations, you move. Samadhi is a journey from one universe to the other. So, this is how we move. Your cell itself is so many kinds of the cell. All your memories are inside. You are changing every day. You look at your chemistry. You are full of chemicals. Your depression, your love, anxiety, anger, fear, disgust, happiness. If you conquer your chemistry, you will have only one personality. You will not have a diversified, a multiple dual personalities. Otherwise, you are having all this and you are becoming unhappy. Next. You look at Dr. Candace Pert says, you are a mixture of peptides racing, literally changing your chemistry, every cell in your body, every moment. Perfect harmony should be there. When you go into the neuron patterns, and right now they are racing. Next. This is called mind. This is called conscious mind. We call subconscious mind. Your cameras, your sense dose captures the data, and your conditioning called perception and decides whether you like it or dislike it. Once you like it, and then your hypothalamus center activates certain glands, positive chemicals generated, negative chemical generated, positive chemical generated if you like it, and then your unconscious mind reacts, subconscious mind reacts it more. They want it more, you go and hug, or you eat. Suppose you don't like, your perception says no, it is not good, you generate entirely different chemicals, and those chemicals your subconscious mind reacts, and then you will have anger, and then you have a fight or flight mechanism. These are called antakaranas. They are called the faculties. These are called anatomy of the mind. When Patanjali is talking about concentrating only on this, present. This is a past. Your conditioning is a past. And your reactions are always in the present to, you're reacting to the present chemicals. You can't live without these chemicals. And you are addicted to this chemical experience. This is called chitta vritti. There are 56 kinds of chitta vrittis, chemicals, varieties a human generates. Next. The job is to live in the present moment and cellular memories when entropy becomes 0 and you are crossing to the event horizon and you reach the singularity. That's the goal of singularity. Means you have a singular personality. You will be eternal. Your happiness will not change. What you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. And that's all. Thank you very much.
Can I just say a huge thank you to Dr. Kumar for his presentation this evening. Time, I think, has run away with us, unfortunately, so I think we will be out of time for questions, I'm sorry to say. But Dr. Kumar is in the UK for quite some time, and he has a number of other events coming up which you can find on his website. I'm sure he would be delighted to see you at those, and I'm sure he will see many of you at those. But just to say thank you all for coming this evening. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Dr. Kumar. It was absolutely fascinating.
You are such a loving souls. I enjoyed this evening with you, and thank you very much for coming here. And any of you have any queries, you can write a mail to me. So you can go on to our website. There's too much of information today. It is so for you. But thank you very much, each one of you. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.